Morning, folkers. Snapzilla Gorilla, aka The Definition, hitting y'all with another video. I know it's been a couple days. I just been, doing some research, working, trying to stay out of trouble. You know what I mean? And I've been seeing a lot of things go on, and that I kind of wanted to touch on a little bit. But I will be getting on later. I will be bringing you guys another video later, a little bit more in depth, showing some things. And really, what I wanted to talk about today is the hypocrisy, okay, of the officials. The hypocrisy. I want you guys to pay attention to these people, these government agents and law enforcers, right? These policy enforcers, these Congress people, this coronavirus task force. I want you to pay attention to how they're telling us that we need to practice social distancing, that we need to do this, we need to do that. How we shouldn't be touching our eyes and our mouths. When we touch something, we should sanitize our hands. We should spray shit down and wipe shit down with Lysol. They're giving us all this advice, yet they're not practicing the shit that they're telling us about at all. I mean, and they're rubbing it in our face. There's a picture of Anthony Fauci, Bill Gates, and some other cat walking this close to each other, and they're discussing how they're going to handle our situation with the coronavirus. But you guys, you're not wearing masks, number one. You guys are like damn near shoulder to shoulder, number two. And you guys are just walking around like all willy-nilly, like it's nothing. Like there's really nothing to worry about. So that makes me wonder what this is really about. Really, it's no wonder, okay? What this is about is a power grab. What this is about how much control they can cede over us. That's what this is about. This right here is a test. I believe this is a test. And right now what they're doing is testing our resolve, testing our gumption, testing our liberal mindedness. And they're finding out that many of us are not liberal minded, but at the same time, more and more people are awakening and becoming more liberal minded in regards to how much they're willing to give up, how much of their sovereignty they're willing to give up. Because even though you have many people out there calling for lockdowns, calling for us to be arrested for being out, calling for this, calling for that, there's another number of people who are saying we're getting tired of this. Small businesses are shut down. Their livelihood is taken away. Many employees of these people are not working. You know what I mean? The stimulus package hadn't come in yet. Okay, they get another $600 on unemployment. Wow. Okay. That's not nearly going to bring them to what they could be making if they were working. So my thing is this: if this shit continues like this, you got people out there talking about 18 months of major things being shut down, like concerts and sports games and shit like that. There's a lot of workers involved in it. There are a lot of employees employed by these people. A lot of people employed, okay? And, we get the stimulus package, and they're talking about another round of stimulus. But the more stimulus they do, the more we're going to end up having to pay for it in the end. And that's a problem, okay? You're talking about prices are already going up in many places in terms of food. Food prices are already going up, already. And we haven't gotten shit yet. Already is going up. This is going to change how America operates, okay? Trump said that we will never become a socialist country. He's about to eat his words, because that's damn sure where we're headed. There'll be no real value in the dollar anymore. There'll be no real value in our laboring energies, and we're just going to take it. No one's willing to stand up. No one's willing to go outside. No one's willing to question the narrative. Well, there are plenty of people willing to question the narrative, but it's just more and more people need to get on board. More and more people need to realize that their freedoms are more important than this perceived threat of a coronavirus. Yes, it's a perceived threat. Okay, and the propaganda being pushed by all these outlets, including the Breakfast Club, including Fox News, including this, including that. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And the way that it's just okay. So you have one sheriff, I believe in Washington State, saying that she wants people to call 911 whenever they're verbally attacked, whenever there are racist slurs hurled at them, or you know what I mean, like. So now you're gonna waste resources on name calling, hate speech, so to speak. And look, I'm a firm believer in this. People have the right to say whatever they want, as long as there's no threats being hurled, right? And even then, as long as that person that's threatening you is not physically moving to act on that threat, even that is like, okay, you say you're going to do this, but as long as you don't attempt it, then I don't have to put you down, right? Because where do you, in terms of freedom of speech, where do you draw the line? I don't think a line should be drawn at all. I think you want people. You want people to be able to speak their mind and say what's on their mind. You want to know what's going on in somebody's mind, especially an enemy. If you force censorship on your enemy, or you force censorship on people that you don't agree with, then you won't know what's going on in their mind, what's going on in their followers' minds. You won't be able to perceive anything. So because you can't hear what they're saying, they can't speak their mind. So I'd rather someone be able to threaten me so that I know, okay, you're a threat because you threatened me. Now I can act accordingly. You know, but y'all get what I'm saying. I am that much a staunch believer in freedom, to where if somebody threatens me verbally, then I am not going to act to harm that person in any way, violate that person's rights. That person has a right to call me the N-word. That person has the right to say he wants to kill me, because at that point it's just words. But like I said, you just act accordingly. Okay, this guy, he said he wants to kill me. He looks serious. Let me take a different posture, but I'm not going to call the police on him. No, I can't do that. What am I getting at? Our rights are our rights. They haven't been. No man can give you rights. No piece of paper can give you rights. Your rights were there when you were born, okay? And when you became an adult, they increased exponentially, because now you're on your own. You're responsible for yourself. You're responsible for your own actions and your own words. So therefore, your rights should be unabridged, uninfringed, all that. So they say social distancing. And they, in certain cities and certain states, they want to violate you for violating the social distancing edicts. So now they're arresting surfers. So this is the retardedness of it. And I might show this video later. So I believe it's in California. a guy by himself went to surf in the ocean by himself, as distant from anybody as you can be. Okay? As distant from anybody that you can be. No one around him. He's out there enjoying his life, enjoying the iodine in the air, enjoying the vitamin D from the sun, right? Really releasing the toxins, releasing those free electrons into the earth, minding his own business, not harming anybody. And here comes the police. Not just one or two, but like 5 or 6. They all go out to grab this guy from the ocean, violating social distancing guidelines. So in order to fuck with somebody that's minding their own business amidst this COVID-19 threat, they decide to bundle up together around somebody who is now being possibly exposed to COVID-19, because these cops are out there all day, every day, not practicing social distancing, violating people, violating their space, touching on people, grabbing people, handcuffing people, throwing them in the back of the nasty ass cars. How can we trust that these police officers are sanitizing the back of their shit when you're being forced to sit down into? So this guy who was practicing social distancing in the ocean away from everybody, surfing, minding his own business, has cops violating his space, violating social distancing guidelines, and kidnapping him, thereby committing crimes themselves. They committed the crimes. No crime was committed until they showed up and started handling this dude, handcuffing him and locking him in a cage. That is a violation of rights under the color of law, which is a violation of 18 U.S. Code 242. And that is punishable by fines and prison time up to and possibly even death. If you kidnap someone during the act of violating their rights under the color of law according to 18 U.S. Code 242, you can be sentenced to death. But these police officers have been violating this code for decades and decades, and I have yet to see any one of them be punished for it. That shows you what our officials think about our rights and think about the Constitution and think about their own U.S. code. They're above the law. They have qualified immunity, which is double dog bullshit, because they should be twice punished for violating the law that they're supposed to be enforcing. Right? They have to lead by example. So when police officers beat their wives, commit domestic violence, right, which they do often, they should be punished more greatly than someone who's not a cop doing the same thing. Now, they both should be punished, but you're a police officer. So not only that, you had this guy hanging out with his own daughter at the park. No one's at the park but these two. Okay? Again, wanting to go out and get some sun, wanting to go out and ground, wanting to go out and play, wanting to alleviate the stress they're under regarding this COVID-19 thing. The looming threat that is supposed to be so exponentially dangerous, right? Guess what happens? Police officers show up, violate social distancing guidelines, and kidnap the father in front of his daughter, thereby possibly exposing him and his daughter to COVID-19, because again, they're cops, they're out there in the world every day dealing with this shit, right? Possibly exposing themselves to COVID-19. Now they have exposed the father and the daughter to COVID-19. you keep hearing about all these police officers dying, being sick, calling in sick. You hear about the doctors dying and calling in, being sick and all this shit. So the odds are high that the police officers are exposed to the virus. So they don't practice social distancing guidelines and they kidnap you. Now you've been exposed. Tell me how that makes sense. In a time like this, I would say let's suspend policing, right? Let's suspend that. Let's stop the policing. Because guess what? They're letting certain crimes go anyway, right? You burglarize somebody, you're not gonna go get locked up for it. The police aren't even gonna respond to that. They're not responding to car burglaries, Class C felonies. Okay? They're not responding to that shit. So somebody can break into your shit, take your shit, and guess what? You call the police? No can do, my friend. You on your own, my friend. No. Then you guess what? You asked out. They took your shit. So let's suspend policing for a minute. Okay? And let's say everybody gets a firearm to protect themselves with. They get trained. They train in the safe use and practice of that firearm and handle it. You learn how to use it. You learn the safety of it. Boom. And I say everybody gets a rifle and a pistol and a shotgun. Shotgun, rifle, pistol. Everybody should have one, right? Kind of like in Switzerland. So that when somebody tries to burglarize you or somebody tries to rob you, guess what? You can defend yourself. And then instead of having police officers, you have post-incident investigators, right? Right. Because you want to make sure that people actually did kill someone in self-defense or hurt someone in self-defense. You want to make sure that was done the right way. Okay. But even that maybe is a little too far. The community, I don't know. People can figure it out. But I can't think of everything, right? So let's say you do that instead of relying on the police for shit. Let's see how that works. Everybody goes out and buys a gun, buys a rifle, buys a pistol. Matter of fact, that should be in the next stimulus package. Everyone gets a rifle, pistol, shotgun, and some ammunition. That's gonna be in that should be in the next stimulus package, right? I mean, we paying for it anyway. I mean, inflation is going to be a big dog. So let's do that. Let these police officers. The COVID-19 is so dangerous. These police officers need to sit their ass at home because obviously, when they have to arrest somebody, they have to violate social distancing. So let me get this straight. You won't arrest people for burglary, right? Which is an actual crime because you're taking somebody else's stuff. When you take somebody else's stuff without their permission and against their will, you have thusly committed a crime because you created a victim. That's an actual crime. Going surfing and playing with your daughter in the park is not a crime. And another thing about that, the park situation. The park rules for the COVID-19 environment era, it says that no more than 4 people. So this guy, didn't violate any guideline that was put out for COVID-19. These police just felt like they were badass enough. Oh yeah, look, we some badass heroes. Let's go. Oh shit. Oh great. T-car fell back there. Let's be heroes and go arrest this guy playing with his daughter. Like, come on, man. That's why no man or woman should have that much power. No man or woman should have enough power to go kidnap somebody because they violated a random edict Okay? So, anyway, this is something to think about. They won't arrest burglars. They won't arrest actual criminals. But they'll arrest your ass if you go in the park and play with your daughter. Tell me how that makes sense. Oh, and they'll arrest you for cussing somebody out, or calling them the N-word, or calling them a hunky, or calling them a cracker. Make sure you call us. Call us for that. Hey, man, somebody just broke into my shit, took $20,000 worth of computer hardware, and all my wife's jewelry, and my life savings in the safe, and they also took my daughter's life-saving medication that was in a drawer. They took all of it, and I can't go to the hospital and get more. And any day my daughter could go into some type of shock and need that medication. Oh, we're not responding to those type of calls. But let us know if someone calls you a nigger, okay? Fuck out of here, man. Tell me how this makes sense. Tell me how you people keep voting for motherfuckers that make decisions like this. Why? What are we doing? What are we doing? Do we not have more sense than that? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Shut small businesses down, but the grocery store can stay open. This and that. Listen, whatever, man. Y'all get what I'm saying. This is just a little rant. Like I said, I'll be uploading a video way later in the day. After I do it, I gotta do the video. I figured out my whole system. Because I'm stepping up my production, man. When I present the news and present, when I do my presentations, I want to be a little more polished. So I got some things going at the house. I got a little setup now. So I got the microphone, I got the camera, things like that, and I figured out the software that I'm going to use for that. So yeah, you guys see a little something different. Just getting a little more serious with this and making sure everybody is appreciating what I'm doing, and because that's what I want. I want to present quality information in a quality way. Okay, not just in the van rant, right? Even though I do presentations every now and then in the van from my tablet that I read to you guys, and I do present links in descriptions, but we're gonna start doing this a little different. All right, so that's where I'm at with it. Anyway, I'll holler at y'all later. Much love to you. Y'all let me know if that's something that you would enjoy from me. Let me know in the comment section. Would you guys appreciate that a little more? My little presentations, and bring you guys the news in that way. Y'all let me know, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right, peace. Oh, hit that like button, and subscribe if you ain't subscribed yet. You don't necessarily have to share the videos. It's just a rant, It's just my ruminations on certain type of shit going on in the world and things that I'm observing. Anyway, much love to you guys. I'll holler at y'all later.